Hello, boys and girls. I'm so happy you're here. Thanks for finding me. I am so excited to show you a new book that I wrote. It has lovely pictures, fantastic story, and I can't wait to share it with you. I hope everything is going well. Are you ready to begin? Let's do it.
The Night the Snow Listened by Miss Bailey. For all of those with winter wishes, may the snow hear you. The world was wrapped with snow, and as the child pulled on their snowsuit, Dad said, "I have to work late tonight, but I'll be home after dark." The child nodded with a heavy feeling in their chest. Sometimes the winter made feelings feel bigger. Not bad, just bigger. The child leaned their head against the cold window of the school bus and watched the snow drift. "I know working is important, but I'd love more time with Mom and Dad," the child thought to himself. The heavy feeling didn't go away at school, not even during recess. "I wish I had someone to listen to me, someone who understands these big, floaty feelings," the child said to himself. The bell rang and the child went back inside the school. Behind them, the snow danced and swirled as if it was awakened by the child's wish. It had listened. The day drifted by in little pieces, lessons, laughter, and pencil scratching until it was time to go home. The buses began to line up as the child thought, "It won't be so long. I will keep busy and Dad will be home in no time." But by the time the child was ready to go home, the bus was already leaving. Now the child had to walk home, alone. The child let out a brave sigh and began to walk home. "I wish I didn't have to walk alone," said the child. The words puffed into the cold air and faded, but the snow was listening. The snow swirled ahead, leaving a trail of footprints for the child to follow. The child stared at the footprints, eyes wide. You're walking with me?" they asked. The snow sparkled in front of them as if to say, "Follow me." The child ran after the snow all the way home. The heavy feeling in their chest felt a little lighter, replaced by a bubbly kind of joy. "Thank you for walking me home safely. I only wish I had a friend to play with until Dad gets home," the child whispered to the snow. The snow swirled and twirled. It was listening carefully. The snow began to roll itself into a ball, then another, then one more small one on top. The snow danced around the growing shape, guiding every snowflake into its place. At last, a snowman stood in the yard, round and friendly. "A snow friend, you heard me," the child gasped. But the snowman didn't answer. The yard did not feel as empty anymore. The child and the snowman played and played, their laughter rising into the snowy sky. The child told the snowman stories about school and school buses and Mom and Dad and big feelings. For a while, it felt like the perfect evening. The snow watched and listened to the stories and laughter, happy to have helped. Soon, the child's cheeks grew red and their legs grew tired. They leaned on the snowman's cool side, breathing in the quiet. The heavy feeling wasn't gone, but it was softer now, like a blanket instead of a stone. The child looked through their warm, glowing window at their family photo. Their heart gave a small, squeezing ache. "I miss you when you work," whispered the child. "I wish you didn't have to work so much." And the snow listened. Some time later, washed and warm in soft pajamas, the child climbed into their bed as the snow tapped kindly at the window. Their eyes grew heavy and they drifted into sleep. At a quiet hour, the door creaked open and Dad crouched by the bed to say goodnight to his sleeping child. His warm hand brushed the child's hair as they slept, and outside the snow kept falling and falling. The next morning, a warm light poured into the child's room. They stretched and looked out the window to see the snowman standing tall and smiling, ready for a new day of fun with the child. The child came downstairs to see the whole world blanketed by sparkling snow, as if the snow tucked it in for the day. "It snowed a lot," said the child to himself. "It sure did, kiddo," said a familiar voice from behind the child. It was Dad. They wrapped their arms around each other happily. "It's too snowy to drive, so I'll be home with you all day," said Dad. The child's heart felt full and warm in the best ways. They tumbled into their snowsuits and raced outside to frolic in the snow. The child introduced Dad to his snowman friend as the snow danced around them. "Thank you for listening to me," the child whispered to the snow. "I hope you listen to everybody so they can feel like this too." All across town, snow rested on rooftops and fences. The snow fluttered light and free, listening to thousands of winter wishes rising on 1,000 little breaths. If you listen closely, you might just answer some of them, because the snow was listening, just like it always does. The end.
Wasn't that a nice story? I love being an author. I decided to start writing books because I love stories and learning and children and having all kinds of fun. So I'm glad that I can do it with you. Thanks for coming to read with me today. If you'd like to see any of my other books, you can see my other videos on YouTube, or you can buy my books yourself on Amazon or Chapters. Thanks for visiting me. I'll see you again soon.